Hi there, my little reading buddies. How are you today? This is your own Gomati Auntie. It's been quite some time since we met because Auntie has been reading a lot of stories with just the book in it. So I'm excited to see you all today. And today is Mother's Day. That's right. And this is a special day where we celebrate our moms, right? So if you have not said Happy Mother's Day to your parents today, to your mom especially today, jump right off and wish her a Happy Mother's Day. Today we are going to be reading a story where this little animal here is looking for his mom. Shall we see what the story is all about? Small Piglet looks for mommy. That's right. Small Piglet is looking for mommy, and there are many animals that he encounters along the way. The story is written and illustrated by Vivekananda Roy Ghatak, and this is a Scholastic publications. Shall we read the story to find out what is really happening on the story? Let's go. Illustrated by Vivekananda Roy Ghatak. This is the Scholastic publication. The small piglet cannot find her mother. She runs to the field and sees the cow chewing the cud. Mummy, she calls. This is not your mummy, says the calf. This is my mummy. Why don't you look near the pond? Asks the mother cow. You might find your mommy there. This little piggy is lost, and she is on the lookout for her mother. The small piglet runs to the pond and sees the duckling swimming. Mummy, she calls. Quack, quack. This is not your mummy, says the ducklings. This is our mummy. Quack, quack. Why don't you look near the big house? Asks the mother duck. You might find your mommy there. The small piglet runs towards the big house and sees the dogs playing. Mummy, she calls. This is not your mummy, says the pups. This is our mummy. Oh, why don't you look in the stable? Asks the mother dog. You might find your mummy there. The small piglet runs to the stable and sees the horses standing. Mummy, she calls. This is not your mummy, says the fowl. This is my mummy. Why don't you look near the chicken coop? Says the mother mare. You might find your mummy there. The small piglet runs to the chicken shed and sees the hen hatching her eggs. Mummy, she calls. Cluck, 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 cluck. This is not your mummy, says the chicks. This is our mummy. Why don't you look near the hill? Asks the mother hen. You might find your mummy there. The small piglet runs to the hill and sees the sheep grazing. Mummy, she calls. Meh, meh. This is not your mummy, says the lamb. This is my mummy. Why don't you look in the orchard? Asks the mother Eve. You might find your mummy there. Oh, poor little Piglet. She started to cry by now. She's not able to find her mummy anywhere. The small piglet runs to the orchard and sees the goat eating leaves. Mummy, she calls. Meh, this is not your mummy, says the kid. This is my mummy. Why don't you look in the old garage? Asks the mother goat. You might find your mummy there. The small piglet runs to the old garage and sees the owl dozing. Mummy, she calls. Hoot, 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 hoot. This is not your mummy, says the owlets. This is our mummy. Why don't you look in the kitchen? Asks the mother owl. You might find your mummy there. The small piglet runs to the kitchen and sees the cat drinking milk. Mummy, she calls. Meow, this is not your mummy, says the kittens. This is our mummy. Why don't you look in the sty? Asked the mother cat. That is where your mother is. The small piglet runs to the sty and sees the pigs. Mommy, she calls. There you are, cries the mother sow. Where have you been, small piglet? I was looking for you, answered the small piglet. And I was looking for you, says the small piglet's mommy. And that is the end of the story, and how our little piglet found her way to her mommy, and all ended well, isn't it? Some fun facts here. A baby cow is called a calf. A baby duck is called a duckling. A baby horse is called a fowl. A baby hen is a chick. A baby sheep is called a lamb. A baby goat is called a kid. And a baby owl is an owlet. The baby cat, you all know, is a kitten, right? And a baby pig is called a piglet. And that is the end of the story. Wow, little piglet was searching for its mom everywhere, right? And finally, I'm so glad that piglet found its mom. You see, sometimes, we look for, our mom or a dad in a crowd, not knowing where, they are, and we kind of get, scared and agitated. But, it has hardly ever happened that our moms forget us, or, we get lost, right? Well, I enjoyed reading the story with you, and today is Mother's Day, right? And this is also a very special day because 2 years back on this very special day, Auntie started reading my very first story in a little story station in this channel. So Mother's Day marks 2 years of Little Story Station. However, that date is really, a couple of days later. So, throughout this week, it is our anniversary week. What is anniversary? Anniversary is, 1 year of marking something. Like if you were born, you call it a birthday, right? So, you could also call it as our birthday, week. So, this week, every single day, Auntie is going to bring to you a wonderful story. And at the end of this week, we are going to have a live reading session where I will be reading a very beautiful story with you all, and I will share details of that in subsequent videos. And Auntie also wants you to support me, by sharing about Little Story Station with all your friends who have not subscribed to Little Story Station. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Auntie will see you tomorrow with another beautiful story. Until then, take care. Tata. Bye.